So we're here on the beginning of our way to Merlin's Mountain, which is just ahead of us over here. Castle Dinas Emrys, where Merlin discovered the red and white dragon. And this is the red dragon. He's kindly offering us a seat. And here we're going to do some bone breathing. So we've really unprisoned our feet so our toes can be free and our fingers, and you're welcome to join us here. So it's very nice practice. We sit down with the hands just end of the knees, fingers soft but extended. And we're breathing deep, the belly breathing as usual. Feeling the diaphragm extending down. Coming back up on the out-breath. And we put our awareness on the tips of the fingers. And we inhale from the tips of our fingers to the wrist. Then we exhale back out of the fingertips. Breathing in, following the sensations in the bone to the wrist, and exhaling back out of the fingertips. In and out. Many bones in the fingertips, in the hands. The fingertips come to a beautiful point with a little disc on the end. And we can feel we're breathing through the bones, the bone marrow. And we can feel a sensation of this. On the next breath, we breathe fingertips to wrist and up the double bone of the lower arm up to the elbow. And back out. We're getting eaten a bit by midges here. You have to forgive us. And fingertips to elbows. Back out through the fingertips. Fingertips all the way to the shoulders, shoulder joint. Then fingertips to shoulder joint and into scapula, shoulder blade, and the collarbone. Right up to the base of the neck. Breathing in the whole length of the arm, collarbone, shoulder blades, to the base of the neck and up the cervical vertebra of the neck, up to the occiput and back out. In and out. Feeling something fresh moving up the bones, through the bones, all the way to the back of the skull. Now we move our attention to tips of the toes and we breathe in toes to ankles. Back out through the toes. Slowly the feeling builds up. Till we become aware of every bone in the toes, the feet, ankle. And we're focusing on the foot here and the toes, but we notice it's still moving up the arms and neck. Toes, ankles to knees. And back out. Fresh life force flowing in. Old, stale energy flowing out. Then all the way, toes to the hip joint. Freshness coming in, past flowing out. The bone marrow becoming alive. And then into the hips, all the way up, into the hips, pubic bone, the deep ilium at the side, around the back into the sacrum, the sitting bones. Breathing in, toes to knees, to hips, pubic bones, sitting bones, sacrum, coccyx. Filling the bones and releasing. Back out of the toes, fingertips. Fingers, arms, shoulder blades, collarbone, the neck, into the skull, back of the skull, the sides, back out through the fingertips. Back of the skull, the top, the temple, the cheekbones. In and out. Into the jaw, the teeth. This beautifully shaped skull, the whole of it. Even this little beautiful dome behind the eyeballs. And into the tiniest bones of the ears. Still flowing through the legs, hips. Breathing through the toes and fingers. Toes now filling the legs, the hips, and into the lumbar vertebra. Lumbar into the cervix, the thoracic vertebra, right up to the base of the neck. And the life force flowing out of the thoracic vertebra into the ribs, into the back of the ribs. And into the front of the ribs. And the sternum. Deep breaths, breathing through toes and fingertips into every bone in the body. Smiling to the bones, smiling to the bone marrow. And smiling to the fingertips, the toes. Smiling to the ligaments that connect the bones. Smiling to these beautiful trees that are supplying with the oxygen to breathe into the bones. And they smile at us as we breathe out the CO2 which feeds them. Bones breathing, becoming light, becoming full of light, like crystals. we can start to feel our spine just waving. And the coccyx waving. The coccyx penetrating deep, lengthening, penetrating deep in the earth, like a dragon's tail. We have an old tail there, brought to life by this bone breathing, and it's searching in the earth. Lengthening, looking for some treasure. We breathe this treasure up, flows up through our long tail. What does it feel like? Does it have a color? It enters the bones. And it might flow to somewhere. Just observe. Observe. Receive the gift. And we relax. Feeling beautiful bones. Sink back into our belly. Feeling a bit our dragon and his tail. Thank you. Are you welcome to join us with this swimming dragon qigong? You don't have to go into your nearest pond. We're going to do it outside the water. It's a lovely piece of qigong where our spine will wave, all the vertebrae will get a workout. The Taoists say that you're as young as your spine. We start centered in the earth, deep in the belly. Just watch as we start this movement, making this big circle. And the pinky fingers lead as the hands come down around the head, then around the heart, then around the belly. Thumb leads on the way up. 3 circles. We go back down the same way we came up. Pinky fingers leading, shoulders going one way, hips going the other, snaking the spine. Then we gather everything down. Our head, our heart, into the belly. Our mental and emotional body into deep physical body. Sink into our energy there. We gather again, gathering earth, gathering heaven, and flowing around, snaking the spine. In the center of the body straight, but then the hips one way, shoulders the other. And as we come down the body, our attention moves down and we sink lower in the body. A lot of movement in the intestines. Bring everything back again. And smiling deep into the belly, feeling how the energy has risen during the movement. Again, we sink and gather. Very relaxed, allowing the spine to move. Nice to keep the elbows close to the body. So it's really the spine making the movement, not the arms. Smiling. Feeling the spine lengthen. And gathering. Feeling the energy sinking down. We gather this whole environment and heaven and earth, all the elements, they're just flowing around the body and in the body. Feeling the internal movement. Relaxing into it. Finding the stillness, the present moment, aware of our inner environment and the outer environment at one. Keeping that presence throughout the movement. Making this movement here and having this intention here can bring harmony into the environment. We don't need to do this in a beautiful spot like this. We can do this in the local park, in our house. Bring harmony anywhere. So I'd like to make a toast to wish the best of health to all the guardians and spirits of this beautiful little place. And also a toast to Lady Cacao, almonds, walnuts, coconuts, fig and date. So, cheers mate.
Cheers, bro.
Yakida.